What is going on, YouTube universe? Welcome to the Hip and Shoulder, where we discuss everything Australian rules football, and today the discussion goes around the best 22 under 22 team, which I think they've fumbled, and I know they can only nominate a certain amount of players, but I definitely feel some players have been absolutely stiffed. On screen right now, I'm going to show you the team of 40 that was selected, and then obviously we get to vote on the players that we think deserve to make the team, and I'm not sure whether it's a player vote that makes it in there or not, but these are the 40, and there are some great names on here. Logan Morris, Murphy Reed, Nick Watson, Seth Campbell, Darcy Wilson, Riley Sanders, the Ashcroft brothers, Jugger Smith. We've got a great selection, but I still feel there are some players that could have and should have been mentioned, and I'll just rattle off a few names to name a few and see whether or not you agree with me at home. As a Richmond man, first and foremost, I think both Sam Cumming and Patrick Rechko both did enough this year to warrant selection, especially Patrick Rechko. He, at one point during this year when I was compiling some end-of-year videos for All Australian and the best 22 under 22, they were talking about who was going to win the Rising Star, and they had 4 different players. It was Willem Dersma, it was Jugger Smith, I think they had Sullivan Roby in there, and they had somebody else. And when you put Patrick Rechko's stats up against those 4, he equaled, if not bettered, those stat lines. And I think he has had an incredibly underrated season on the wing for Richmond. So I think those two are a little bit stiff. Going through the list here of players that could have been named, I mean, Bailey Humphrey is still only 21 years old. He could have very well have been named in this team. Nick Madden, as a ruckman for GWS, could have been named. Jasper Elgar in the forward line for Richmond could have been named. Just trying to work through a few that aren't just Richmond people, so I can give a little bit of a gap here, so people just don't think I'm sitting here sucking that Richmond players didn't get named. I think I saw Cooper Lord's name, and he's been solid enough. Ty Gallup for Brisbane has been solid enough. Kai Anand for Richmond through the mid-season draft. Through the mid-season draft as well, you've got Hugo Hall-Khan for Adelaide. Josh Lindsay for West Coast. There's a few. I mean, Leo Lombard made the team, and I don't think he's had that big of a year comparatively to some other players that can fit the role. Dyson Sharp for Essendon could have very well been named as well. He's had especially a great back half of the year. I don't know whether you need to play X amount of games to qualify, but I just feel there has been a handful of players that have been missed, that have gone awry, that could have been and should have been named, but unfortunately have not been. But that takes us to moving this squad of 40 down to our best 22. And we're starting with the back line. We have a handful to choose from, and I originally was going to do a mid-season best 22 under 22, and then the time just got away from me. So we're just focusing down on today, and the 6 that I had for the defense, let alone the other players that I selected in other areas, I think some things have shifted since that mid-season. I definitely didn't have Harry Dean in the team, and I think I was probably maybe recency biased against Carlton, but I definitely feel he makes the team now. But we're going to start with the back pocket. I'm going to go Michael Selwood from the Bulldogs. I think he has had a very underrated season down back. Very good one-on-one, and most notoriously against Nick Watson. After Nick Watson made that comment, you know, he can talk the talk, but can he walk the walk? And then he walked him like a damn dog. At full back, I'm putting Harry Dean from Carlton. He is only 18 years old, this kid. And if Carlton wanted to go down the route of wanting to get, you know, some trades going and, you know, getting a little bit of currency for the likes of Jacob Wiedering, I think they can afford to when this guy has one of the brightest futures as a key back that I have seen in many, many years. In the other back pocket, who are we going to go here? I definitely feel Ruben Jinby deserves selection, but it's just a matter of where I select him. Do I put him at centre half back? Do I put him at full back? We could put him at full back and put Charlie Dean at centre half back, you know? So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to put Ruben Jinby at fullback, again, wasn't getting his just desserts when he was playing, and it was terrible that he did that injury and he sat out for over the last month, you know, on the sidelines. But I don't think we discredit the run that he's had this year. It's been absolutely incredible. In the other back pocket, who are we going to dump? I think we go Connor O'Sullivan. He's an incredible defender. I mean, when you talk about Geelong, you always talk about Tom Stewart and the likes, but Connor O'Sullivan is the heir apparent, I feel, in that realm. So we definitely got to put him on the team. First selection off of halfback, we 100 going, you know, Archie Roberts. Does accumulate a lot of the easy ball by kicking backwards and sideways, and I've been a little bit bullish on him, but you still can't discredit the guy's talent and ability and ceiling. The ceiling is huge for him. We are going to go Harry Dean at centre halfback, and our last selection off of the halfback flank. And it's been a toss-up for me between two, but I'm giving it to Darcy Wilmot. I just love his attack on the ball. I just love his drive with ball in hand. He's always willing to take the game on. He loves a good intercept. He's a strong mark overhead and always ready to break lines out of Brisbane's defence. So I'm happy with those six, you know. That's a quality back six. We then look for the midfield. We need to select 5. And this is where some players are going to miss that I think I'm going to get dragged for. I definitely think the first midfielder we choose is Harry Sheezel, and we lock him up. It speaks for itself. I personally, out of my round recap videos where I vote for players, you know, best on, I've got Harry Sheezel sitting as second best this year behind Nick Dacos, which might be a little bit stupid to some, but I definitely feel Harry Sheezel has had an incredible year, and I think the only thing that'll let him down on Brownlow night is the fact that he plays for North Melbourne, and they haven't won enough games to garner maybe some respect from the umpires in that kind of retrograde. But we're going Harry Sheezel. Next selected is going to be Will Ashcroft. Speaks for itself. Norm Smith medalist. Absolutely incredible season. He could be in conversation for All-Australian this year as well. We're going to go Jarga Smith. I don't know whether these guys are the wings here, or it's wing and then the midfielders and then there. I don't know. I don't care. But we're definitely choosing Jarga Smith. He's got one hand on the Rising Star Award as it is. He has had an incredible season. Final two. And this is where it gets rough, because you've got to think wings, you've got to think everything else. But I think Harley Reid has definitely had a year that warrants selection. As much as some people might hate on him, he still instigates a lot of shit. He plays for some head-high free kicks, and he's given away a monster of amount of free kicks on his own terms. But he has been a driving force for West Coast this year. When they've won, he's been at the helm more often than not. Last choice. Hugo Garcia, Dan Curtin on the wing as well, Levi Ashcroft. It's got to be Hugo, doesn't it? He's had a year where he's just burst onto the scene. He's one of the league's most improved players. He's definitely one of St Kilda's most improved players. I just love his contested work, his ability to break away and hit the scoreboard. I'm going to go Hugo. Could be a fumble, but we're going to lock it away. We then go to the ruck. We've only got we've got 3 to choose from. I thought we only had 2. Mitch Edwards from Geelong, Mac Andrew from the Gold Coast, Cooper Trenbath from North Melbourne, and I'm not locking in Cooper Trenbath. I had him selected in my mid-season 22-under-22, and while Mitch Edwards has been very serviceable, what this guy has done could push the envelope for Rising Star this year. Maybe. Forwards. This is a little bit straightforward. Nick Watson straight away on the half-forward flank. I think that speaks volumes. He's the best small forward in the comp right now. At centre half-forward, I'm going to go Job Shanahan. I love his hands. Incredible mark. I originally had him lining up in centre half back of my best 22-under-22 for the mid-season, but I'll happily put him at centre half forward. Incredible work. I'm going to go Seth Campbell off of the other half forward line. You only have to see the game against Adelaide last weekend to quantify that selection. He's just got breakaway pace. He's got scoreboard impact. And when played in the right areas, he is a genuine X factor. In the forward pocket, we are going to go... Oh, you know what? We should probably put Murphy Reid deeper. We'll put him up forward. So hang on. We're going to go Murphy Reid off of the half forward flank. Again, All-Australian, I think, this year. His score involvements, his ball use inside 50, absolutely incredible. We'll shift Seth Campbell to the forward pocket. At full forward, we are going to have Logan Morris. I think that is as easy a selection as you will find. As far as the key forwards go, with Nate Caddy, Cooper Trenbath, Job Shanahan, Aaron Cadman, and Logan Morris, I think Morris and Shanahan are probably the best two. Aaron Cadman has been serviceable, but I definitely think they're all ahead of Nate Caddy's season that he has had this year. Final selection in the forward pocket. It's wild to see Riley Sanders' name here as a forward. Same with Darcy Wilson, and same as Colby McKercher. I mean, all three of those players deserve to be in this team. I think Joel Frazier's, continuity throughout the season has been wavering, so I think that puts him a little bit behind the three I'm talking about here. I'm going to go Riley Sanders in the other forward pocket. I think he's had a very underrated season for the Bulldogs. You always talk about Bontempelli, Ed Richards, Tom Liberatore, but the work that he did, especially before injuring his hand, he was one of the best Bulldogs running around for the first half of the season quite comfortably. We've got to choose 4 for the interchange. We need to choose 4. I think straight away there's 2 names that light it up here for me, and I've got to make sure we lock them down. I'm going Harvey Thomas from GWS. I think on the wing, he has been absolutely sensational. I just couldn't quantify selecting him in my starting midfield over the names we selected. The same reason why Darcy not Darcy Wilmot. Where is he? Darcy Wilson is the one I was thinking of. Same reason. Great in that position, but I just couldn't quantify the selection. What I want to do here is I also want to choose a genuine defender and a genuine forward, so I'm not just having midfielders take up the bench space. Can we do that? Definitely in defense, I feel the one that we left out that could be selected is Colby McKercher, and I will select him. And then forward half of the ball. Who do we go? You know, I still think Levi Ashcroft has done enough to be in the team. But can I have an interchange that boasts 3? I'm the type of person who, especially with things like All-Australian, I hate seeing a bench that's just all midfielders. I hate when they throw midfielders purely through the forward line just for the sake of it. And I feel when it comes to selections like Best 2 Under 22 with All-Australian, the bench positions should be that you have to choose a defender, a midfielder, and a forward, and then a free roll with the last pick. But some of these names are going to be stiff to miss here. I mean, if we went to forward, maybe Aaron Cadman. Maybe. But I mean, Levi Ashcroft here not being selected, I feel is rough. Dan Curtin, I think, with opportunity, he's done well, but he's missed a bulk of this year. Finn O'Sullivan, since coming back in, has been great. Cam McKenzie's had a very underrated season for Hawthorn. But as much as I don't want to double down on all these midfielders, I feel it has to go to Levi Ashcroft. I think he's had a great year. Brisbane are flying, and he's involved. He gets around it. And I think that's solid. And I think the captain, you can argue this with me all you want. I think the captain has to be Harry Sheasel, and the vice captain, you could probably throw over 3 players, I reckon. Will Ashcroft, Murphy Reid, Nick Watson. And I'm giving it to Will Ashcroft. Hard to deny that with the year they've had. Both of these two here should be in All-Australian contention. We also have Nick Watson, who should be All-Australian. Murphy Reid should be All-Australian. Outside of that, though, I'm not too sure about the rest. But that's a good-looking team. I mean, in defence, Selwood, Ginby, we've got O'Sullivan, we have old mate Archie Roberts, we've got Dean, we've got Wilmot, Sheasel, Ashcroft, Smith, Reid, and Garcia, with Trembath in the ruck, Watson, Shanahan, Reid, Campbell, Morris, and Sanders. And then we've got Thomas, we have Wilson, we have McKercher, and we have the Ashcroft of the Levi variety. I think that's a solid team. That's a team that I feel could rock up on game day and win a game against an AFL side. They They've got a lot going for them. I can dig it. Thanks for entering. My team has been submitted. I don't know whether people are going to agree or disagree. I'm going to download my team so I can share it on the socials. But ladies and gentlemen, that provides the perfect opportunity for you guys at home to let me know who you would have selected for your best 22 under 22. With the selections I made, do you think some should change? And if you would make any changes, who would you bring in? Who would you move out? Again, with 3 midfielders on the interchange and only 1 defender, I feel I could have dropped 1 to make way. And if I did, it would probably be Darcy Wilson making way. But I'm not sure who we bring in. Is it a Joel Frazier? Is it an Aaron Cadman? I'm not too sure, but it's slim pickings. And again, I feel that there have been some players that were absolutely stiffed to miss the 40 in that nomination process. So another conversation point for you at home. If you think that some players should have been nominated in the first place but weren't, let me know down below. Let's just talk about it. But that's my team. Let me know yours. Do leave a like down below if you enjoyed, and if you want to get on board the community we are building here, hit that subscribe button down below as well. Plenty of this kind of stuff coming forward, and I have put it off for a couple of weeks. I've been wanting to bring a particular series of videos to the channel, and I'm glad I waited, because it has undergone an update that has made the actual thing that I want to record infinitely greater. And that just means the experience that you and I get to have together is going to be better as well. So I'm looking forward to that. But that's it from me, guys. I'm out of here. And as always, I will catch you guys next time.